Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. Today we are going to be learning how to draw a nut. Uh, one of the basic things that you need to know when you are dealing with design, whether you are a craftsman or whatever you are. So the first step that you're going to do, you're going to sketch, and we are going to sketch a polygon, and then we are going to take the XZ plane, and we are going to just roughly polygon there, and then we press done. So I'm just going to make this horizontal by using the horizontal constraint, right? So we are there. Okay, so we are going to just dimension that. Says okay. So we use the dimension. Remember I talked about the dimension, and we're just going to make a pretty um uh let's use 19 millimeters, right? So I'm going to use 19 millimeters, and then we draw a circle there, the interior, just a rough circle, and then we use this constraint. This here, this part are called constraint, as you can see it's written down here. And then we use the tangential constraint, which means this circle and this line must be tangential, but also this circle and this line must be tangential. So you get a full circle around that which is central, and then you go to a finished sketch, right? So our drawing is fully constrained right now, and you go to 3D model. We use the extrude icon, because you actually want to extrude this and make it a whole 3D, right? So we select that pane, for to extrude it with, and then we can just maybe select both sides, right? And we are just going to make it around seven millimeters each, right? Or we can even say, how about 9 millimeters each? That seems fair. So we press OK. So now we have our 3D, as you can see, our 3D, but we are not finished yet. We need to make a few changes. We need to make a few. First of all, we need the hole in the middle. So we just go back to sketch there. We want to sketch here, and then we sketch our circle like that, right? And then we just make it tangential again. Yeah, it's the constraint. We press finish. Um, a very important part of extrude, which is a little bit more advanced. So what we do here is we come here to the output, and in the output we use that, right? And then in the taper A, we just use 45 degrees, right? If you can say here that this function, how this function works, right? So we want our taper to be on the side like a bolt, right? So we use this icon, right, which is intersect. So intersect it at 45 degrees, then we press OK. After you press OK, you want to see your corners, and then now we have to do the same thing on the other side, right? So that our nut, so you just turn there, and then you come this side, you draw your circle again. This side, you put your tangential constraint here and here, and then you have your circle. Finish sketch. You come here again, 3D model, extrude. You want to now extrude upwards because we need our 95 degrees upwards, right? And then we use intersect one more time, right? And if you notice, if you use the same intersect, if you use the same intersect and then you press OK, it intersects the outside of the part, which is what you don't want. We want an understanding of the intersect, which is a lot of people don't really get an understanding of the intersect button. So if we use this intersect, which is cut, right? So we press there, and then we have a 45-degree intersect, right, on the outside now. And then you press OK, and then there we have it. We have our ball there. Now to draw the nuts inside, I will go back to sketch. We sketch a circle. Sorry, to draw the hole. To sketch a circle there, and then somewhere there, we can even make our hole. Let's say 10 millimeters, right? You can say 10 millimeters, or maybe you can just to get it close. We can make it. We can make it 12 millimeters. Right, so you press enter. So there we have it. We have our 12 millimeter hole, and then we're going to finish the sketch, and then we're going to cut. We are going to go to 3D model, extrude. We want to cut at the other end at 9 millimeters downward is fine. The distance is the distance you want to cut here. So 9 millimeters is fine, it goes through. So we are going to cut that there, and then we are going to press OK. Now we see our bolt has a hole around here. If you can just take a look at it, it has a hole. Now we must insert threads. So we come here, come up, you will see thread. You just press there. If you don't want to go through, just there's your basic. So now I want to select where I want to thread here, and then the most important part, the size of the thread. So you can come here, and maybe you can make it smaller, right? You can make it bigger. This is the size of the thread, right? You can make it smaller. Maybe I can make it 0.25. You see it changes. I can even make it smaller. I can make it 0.4, right? What based on your design is based on the pole that you're actually going to put this inside on, right? That you're going to actually screw this inside on. So I am going to make mine 0.5. It's fine. So I press OK, and there we have it. We have our bolt. But what you can do as well is to actually change the material. So how do we then change the material of the bolt? How do we then change the material of the bolt? So all right. There we go. Okay, so if I want to change my material, I come here. This is my material. There's a couple of materials that when you press here this ribbon, it's going to show you a couple of materials. Then you can change the material of your whatever. So if you go gold, I want steel, which is somewhere down there. I'm just going to go for steel, which is this is steel, right? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. On the next episode, we're going to be drawing a bolt and a nut and actually showing you how to assemble them. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe and you just share the video or the link. This is a free material, guys. You don't pay for this thing. If you have access to internet, this is a learning site. Just make sure you tell your friends about it. You can come and learn, and let's spread the love and the knowledge. Thank you.